All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this June 22nd, we are very fortunate from both the St. Rose and the SCC office. We have, the wonderful Amanda Lopez. Welcome to the call, Amanda.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the applause. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just think it's funny. I'm jumping right in because I'm being challenged. I'm listening to the old school book, As a Man Thinketh.
Yes.
And there was one line, I didn't write it down, but it was something along the lines of that circumstances don't make the man or the person, the woman, whatever. Circumstances don't make the person gets revealed in those circumstances.
Right. Yes.
So today, there's ants all over my desk.
Wow.
How am I supposed to respond to this? You know what I mean? Like, what is being revealed in my character and my, how I'm responding to ants crawling all over my desk?
Did you leave anything sticky on there Friday?
No, I didn't. I know.
Okay.
I know.
So, as my wife tells me, when it gets hot outside, the ants come in and they find a way. So,
okay. They found a way. They found a way.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It could be worse.
It's not. It could be a lot worse. It could be cockroaches running around on your desk.
Oh.
That would be worse.
My gosh.
Yep. But if ants on your desk, you just wipe them off and get on with your life, and tell them when they come in and treat. Tell them to treat around your desk.
They simply follow the scent of the seat.
Oh, wonderful. Exactly. So I wanted to ask you, I don't know how many of our listeners or those that will listen in later, I know this is broadcast to all three markets and really anyone who's a friend of yours on social media.
Yep.
Jimmy Burgess, our chief of coaching, spoke to us this last week, and so many people that I talked to, anyone that I talked to who was in attendance, they think that he really rocked his presentation. And then us managers, had about, an hour and a half, couple hours with him, just him and us, which was so awesome. So I wanted to ask you, what were 2 or 3 of your takeaways from Jimmy's presentation?
Yep, absolutely. I thought about that. The first one would be, social media. Decide who you're going to be and be yourself. As I say the same thing, be yourself. Don't be someone else, because people can tell when you're being a phony, right? Use your personality, your quirkiness, your sense of humor, or not, right? Because not everybody likes presentations like that. But be yourself. But the most important thing is to be consistent. Keep putting out content. Keep being, and decide what you're like. I know I'm a Facebook guy because I'm 61, right? And 61 is Facebook. I use Instagram, but most of my interaction comes from Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube Shorts. Right? So decide what you're going to use. Be yourself. Be consistent. That was the first one. The second one I would say is learn how to integrate AI. Don't stop doing anything to learn AI, because it's going to be changing so fast. But what can you? I know I use it now, right? I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I know agents that have an avatar of themselves, and the avatar does the social media content. I wouldn't do that, because I would use you, right? So I can tell right away it's not them, right? I think it's cool. I think it's hip, but once again, if that's you, then go ahead and do it. For me, I think the benefit of social media is them getting to see you,
or AI,
right, and talking, and because even though you think you're a goon, they get they like you and they get to know you, and and that's how they'll use you, right? Because that's really what social media does for us. It allows us to become familiar with a group of people right now who maybe aren't as familiar, and then when they become comfortable with you, that's when they use you. So, you know what? Use social media, be consistent. And then I would say implement AI however you're comfortable, but definitely spend a little time, not too much, learning. And then I would say my third one was the one that came in while we were with him, just the managers, and that is, and it's something I preach all the time, is stick to the basics. Nothing works unless you have a foundation. You got to have a foundation. right? And the foundation is you got to talk to people, you got to fill a pipeline, you got to do, if you're going to be in shape, part of it is unglamorous. Sweating profusely, working out, grunting isn't the times that you're the most attractive. But if you do that repetitively, then when you put your clothes on, dress up for work and whatever, you always look better and feel better, even more importantly. So it's like that. You got to do the grunt to get to the glory. It's just that simple. And most people try to avoid that. And if you try to avoid that, you're never going to lay the foundation the way you want to. How about you? You tell me now. What did you hear? 2 or 3 things that stuck out at you.
Believe it or not, the same things you're saying. And that foundation really hit me because you know me, I asked, upon listening to Jimmy essentially present, like you can hear dialogues, he didn't sound scripted, but that's why I said, do you have scripts? Because what he's saying is so powerful, but it's him. He's not holding a script, talking and presenting to us, but it's because of his foundation. He can have these real estate conversations so well, and he can answer a question so well. It all goes back to his foundation. His foundation of practicing his dialogues and his real estate conversations probably 30 years ago, right? So that, it was just so evident because I was really fascinated in his presentation style. Well, and then when he really got me was obviously when he was sharing, personal story. And I think that was very authentic. And his personal story got me, and it reminded me of the importance of sharing from the heart and getting in tune with what your purpose is. And maybe your purpose changes over time. But really getting in tune with that, and some of the other stuff just doesn't even matter. It was he was great. He was great. I mean, it just got me. I don't know. I guess he got me with his emotions and just sharing truthfully. I loved it. Sure. I'm very receptive to what he says and does, and the way he does it because it's his Southern drawl. That makes him, so likable. He could say something very confronting, but it doesn't feel like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was, he's just, there's an art.
No, he's very good. And I could relate to his story a lot because it's very similar to mine, especially going through the, the Great Depression, or whatever they call it, recession. Of 2007, 8, 9. Right. Very, and it goes back to the saying you started with it. Circumstances don't create the person; they reveal them. And that's what happens when you go through something like that. You're revealed. And if you remember, most of the pain he talked about, he said he wouldn't trade in for the world now. Same with me, right? Because it shapes you, changes you, makes you better. And the old saying, steel sharpens steel, is definitely the way. And some people get caved. Some people quit. Some people cash it in when stuff like that happens. Some people rise to the next level, and I think that's critical.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Back to that, if there's a challenging circumstance, what is it trying to reveal? What is it trying to reveal about me and my character, you and your character? It's good stuff. By the way, Dr. What's his name? Oh my God, the brain doctor. I can't think of his name right. I can see his face. But Dr. Neal?
No, he's the one that wrote the book Brain Health, all about
I have no idea.
Brain. Anyway, so he talks about ANTS, automatic negative thoughts. That's his acronym. He calls them ANTS. So maybe that's what your ANTS were all about, is to try to work today on eliminating automatic negative thoughts.
Negative thoughts. Right. I love it. Well, yeah, because it's subconscious, like our drunk monkey.
Right.
These thoughts can pop in without us even realizing, and then they ruminate, right? So we have to pay attention, be present, really pay attention to what's going on in your head. You may not realize you're reciting such a negative thought or a statement over and over and over again, but if you're not aware, you're just distracted, you're multitasking, you don't realize it, you don't catch it, it'll grow. So those automatic negative thoughts, I don't know, those ants.
Daniel, amen.
Multiplied.
His name is Daniel, amen.
Daniel, amen. Can I get an amen?
You can. You can get an amen. You can get an ant. You can get them both.
Okay, so enough with the ants. Listen, it's time to address the ant in the room, just kidding, the elephant in the room, but it's really not. It is the 22nd of June.
Right.
Let me double check. It's the 22nd of June. So in about 8 days, it'll be time to complete a mid-year review, to really look at the first half. Some folks do this on a regular basis. Some folks actually do quarterly reviews, right? A 90-day reflection, 90 days looking at what they've done, what they've created, what they want to continue, what they want to quit. So as an agent, mentors, team leaders, coaches typically suggest that an agent complete a mid-year review to really look at, you know, how am I doing so far? What's working really well in my business? What do I need to stop doing? So what would you say are the most important things that we need to like compile or gather or really look at when we're completing a mid-year review?
Well, it's funny because I just did my video this morning on that, and I talked about, you know, you need to look at what's working for you. You know, like you said, eliminate the stuff that's not. Everybody, you know, everybody on this call or who will listen to it later, you know, everybody knows what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. It's not a mystery. We come up, the stuff we want to defend, you know, we will defend until death. That's why I tell agents, don't give the seller a price, because now your ego will defend it until you die, because you can't be wrong, right? So, whatever I always tell them, if your foundation isn't there, like we've been talking about, meaning if you're not making your minimum, and I know it's not sexy and wonderful, I'm about to say, but it absolutely goes back to the grunt work again. If I'm not making my daily contact goal every day, I can guarantee you're not on track to make your goal. So I always tell them, if your goal really is that important, then you'll make your daily contact goal. You know, commitments aren't what you say, they're what you do. So what you do on a daily basis is the most important thing to you. Not what you say is important, what you actually do. So if you're not making your minimum daily contact goal every day, that's number one. If you do that, everything else, you know, will absolutely fall into place. Now, the second thing is where are you getting results from? And I would spend a little bit more time there and maybe eliminate some things that aren't that productive for you.
Yeah, it's so important to really look at that, like source, even if it were a rental. If you've done a ton of rentals and you've closed, you know, you've had several closings since January 1st, where did they come from exactly? Like, let's source them.
Right.
And some people do that automatically, and they have a system that does. It could be a simple spreadsheet, putting the name and the source, if they're a buyer or seller, right? Open houses, out-of-state agents, my sphere, you know, door knocking, I don't know. So it's so important to source where stuff is coming from.
Right. I agree. And most agents will never do that, unfortunately. Most of them, like I just did Success Series 2 weeks ago, and except for the people that I interview, I always ask this question, you know, how many people in here have talked to a minimum of 10 or 15 people, 5 days a week, 60 days a work quarter, 240 work days in a year for the last year? Raise your hand. And no hands go up except mine.
Right.
And I go, well, see, isn't that exciting? It's exciting because if you actually did it, in 3 months, you'd be like, oh my God. In 6 months, everything changes. In a year, everything in your life changes. Decisions you make, everything, because your business is working out. And I know people go, well, money isn't everything. Okay, but it doesn't suck. Right?
No, it doesn't suck.
Not having it.
Right, and what do you want to do with that money? Maybe you don't need money. However, is there a boat you want to buy? Is there a college fund you want to, you know, fund completely? Is there an upgrade to the house? Like, you got to find some stuff to spend the money on. Or is it just going into retirement? And do you want to do it all in less time? Who doesn't want to make more money in less time? So there's always ways. Always what?
I was going to say, always be wary of the person who says, I don't need money, because my suspicion is they'll lie about other things too.
Then don't work. Then why do this business?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a walk in the park all the time. Come on.
Right.
So the reality is, and I'm not here to shame anyone, most of the folks have not tracked what they've done. So sourcing, also when you say, have you made your contacts? Well, there's a small percentage that actually has a tracker and uses it. We do have a tracker for any of you if you want to use a numbers analyzer. Just all you have to do is plug in what happened that day. And then, 90 days later, you'll really get an idea of, oh, I need to talk to 253 people to go on a listing appointment. Oh, I need to actually go on 3 listing appointments to take 1 listing. Boom, then you know what you need to do. Then if you want to take 4 listings, I think if I'm doing the math right, you need to go on 12 appointments that month. I could be doing it wrong. It could be 3 listings.
Right, that's right. But I would say for the average agent, they're going to have a 500 batting average. I mean, the good agents are about 85%. So if they go on 2 a week, they'll take 4 listings a month, right? Now, for most people, what we just said right there, 4 listings a month would drastically change their life. Drastically.
I know.
For the better.
I know. Yeah.
So, if you went on 1 appointment a week for a year, listing appointment, that means you would take 25 listings, worst case. All right? For most of the people on this call, 25 listings would change your life. And it's definitely doable by anybody on this call. That's the exciting part.
And that's the simplicity of it. Just like Mark Stark, what did he want? 2 appointments a day, 2 appointments a day. And it could be that he went to their house and he knocked a for sale by owner and he got to talk to them. Right. But if all you did is say, I need to go on 2 appointments a week, 2 appointments a week to ensure that 8 appointments a month, that's like so doable. That's so doable and simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because Mark and I talked a lot about this, and I helped him with that 4-step business plan. And my goal was 2 appointments a day too, but I did it totally different than him. I did it all by phone. He did it all by door knocking, and I used to do the same thing. If I didn't have a appointment or my second appointment for that day or whatever, I would go right to the FSBO previews and set those up. He would just show up, but I would call and set my appointment. I thought that was more official, right? And the reason I did that is I wanted to make sure they were moving because some FSBOs aren't. Yeah,
I love it.
Serial FSBOs, they're on the market forever. They never sell.
Serial. So when I was walking the brown ones, Sequoia and Sierra, after I had walked Alpine, I had a thought of why we're going to talk about this today. And one reason is that it's not too late. Like, it's not too late to have a great year. If you are not pleased with your first 5.5, 6 months of the year, we're almost there. Oh, well, it's not too late. You can have the best year of your business life if you want, or your personal life. Like, you can. So I want people to really know that.
Now, I think everybody should know when you say walk the brown one, you're talking about your Labrador.
Yes.
Now, when they're misbehaving, is that when they go from names to colors? I call them the brown ones and the black ones if they're misbehaving when they're in.
Stop! You're gonna get in trouble. No, those are my babies.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure.
Okay, so listen. I think people get the gist of mid-year review, or what I'd like to do is if anyone wants to complete one, they can see one of us or reach out and we can give a little template, and we can help support them in having a great second half. I wanted to also ask you how agents can maximize the busy summer selling season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because you just mentioned keeping it simple. I kept my business as simple as I possibly could, and I didn't spend a lot of money getting leads, like ever. Like I've never bought a internet lead. In New England, where I'm from, November, December, January, February, March are like the summer here, right? Where business slows down because we have snow and we have cold and we have freezing rain, and here we have 115 and. So all I did during those months was prospect more. If I had less appointments and more time, I would fill my pipeline. So as the market started to change, and we know it's going to change. I mean, the rates this morning were 6.4 and change. I mean, they're coming down.
Wow.
And they're going to continue to come down, I think. Right. So you either are on your busy, like I coach people, and you know a bunch of them, like Liz. Liz Lucas is a perfect example. She's so busy with appointments and pendings and right now in her career ever that she's being challenged to prospect. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're not in
Yeah.
that problem right now, and you're not, whatever you don't have for, like, in the morning, I prospect, right? I prospect all morning in the morning. I go, I have lunch. Then I do my administrative work, blah, blah, blah. In the afternoon, I go on appointments. If I don't have any appointments, I go back to prospecting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's really that, if you keep it that simple, and everybody intuitively knows that, right? They just, and I don't care if that's door knocking. I don't care if that's calling. I don't care if it's a combination of both. I don't care if it's going to, networking groups. I don't care if it's walking your farm and dropping stuff off to people and saying hello. Whatever, as long as it's proactive. You can even use social media. If you just reach out to people, you can post a video. People are doing comments. You can do the comments. Reach out to them. Hey, and I would reach out to them about their posts, not necessarily yours. Right? Call them, check in. Hey,
yeah. Oh, I noticed you had a baby, or I noticed you were in Europe. Yeah.
Right. So there you go.
Well, that's pretty simple. I mean, it's not rocket science, because there's going to be some agents that take off the summer, which again, it's not about not going on vacation or anything like that. Though if you're here, you're working, how can you maximize the season? I wanted to share 12 things, though I'm whittling it down to 3 or 4 things that agents can do instead of wasting another half year. Not that anyone on this call has wasted the first half, though I really liked some of these thoughts. So I know we're short on time. I'll just share a few. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do a full life audit. So, looking at files, close, subscriptions, even contacts. Delete what's dead weight. Why not? Delete it. Delete files you don't need anymore, especially if they're digitized. Get rid of them. Get rid of the paper. The clothes that you forgot you had, if you didn't wear it last season in the summer, maybe you can get rid of it. It's been a full year,
Yeah, donate it.
Donate it. There you go. So do a full life audit. Create anti-goals. Anti-goals, what are those? Basically just write down what you refuse to repeat. What do you refuse? Like boundaries, right? I refuse to repeat, I don't know, what is it? Where's some unmanageability in your life, maybe in the first half, that you just want to delete? You want to not have a part of your life anymore.
That's a good idea. I like that.
I like the next one a lot, writing a letter to your future self. So yes, it's June 22nd. Why not write a letter to yourself, or write as though so much good has happened between now and the end of the year. So if you had a goal of losing 10 pounds, right, you write down that I am so excited about how I feel wearing X size and being down to this weight, and I'm really excited because I hit my goal of 1,100 Orange Theory classes. Oh my gosh, my bank account is at X amount, and I feel so good to have zero debt. So any of the things you want to happen, write down as if it's already happened. And then you can read that letter in December. There's just so much power, though, in putting it on paper and really like affirming what you want to happen as though it's already happened.
Right.
We should write letters today to our future selves.
I love it. I tell everybody to do that in December and put
it for the whole year. And it's like, why not do a little mid-year one? And especially for those that haven't done that letter, that future letter. If you haven't done one yet, do it now. We can help you with that. I am just going to pick one more thing, because I know we need to save time for a horrible dad joke, and then we need to get people on with their day.
Right.
So let's do, you know what? I want to, two more. Do a relationship audit. So who energizes you? Who exhausts you? So, I mean, why don't you look at that? Let's spend more time with the people that energize us, or at least the ones that don't exhaust us, right? Unless we have to.
Yes, please.
And then spend 1 hour learning about money. So financial literacy equals freedom. Spend an hour. And even if it's just an hour this year, imagine if you spend like an hour a month, really just learning more, empowering yourself more about financial, finances and investing, or what it would take to retire, whatever, right?
Yep. Love it. I love it. I love it.
Well, there's 8 more, but we don't have time. So
No.
I
That's
gave
plenty.
you 2 jokes, and you get to pick one. I don't know if you have them in front of you.
No, I picked a different one. You ready?
Fine.
What kind of exercise do lazy people do? Diddly squats.
Oh my gosh.
Huh? How about that? Isn't that amazing? That's so horrific. It's funny.
That's why I'm laughing.
Diddly squats. Yeah. I mean,
so
on leg
cute.
day, you do diddly squats. Get it?
Wow. No, I get it.
You? Fine.
I
You give us
completely
one.
get it.
You give us one.
Fine. What do you call a fake noodle?
Mm,
Do you know?
I do, but I'm letting you say it.
An impasta.
An impasta. Aha. Aha. That's a
All
good
right.
one.
That's it.
All right, everybody. Rock and roll. Have a great week. Thanks, Amanda, for coming and doing this wonderful call with me today. I appreciate it. And it'll be out there for everybody on the apps and all that good stuff. So keep it rocking, and thank you very much, Amanda, for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Take care. See you soon.
You got it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.